All right, aloha one, aloha all, Michael here. Today we're going to talk about nothing. So, we think we know things. We think we know ourselves. We think we know God. What we really know is nothing. So, what does that mean? Well, let's define nothing. Nothing is simply no thing. It's a non-physical entity. So nothing can be represented mathematically by zero. Zero is the expression of nothing, and it is both a real and imaginary number. It also serves a third function of determining an undefinable state. When you divide anything by zero, it will say one of few things depending on the device that you're using. If you're using, let's say, a good old-fashioned calculator, it may say invalid function. You might see the phrase can't divide by zero, where they actually spell out zero. And then the other one is undefined. So all of those are partially true. The statement of undefined is actually the most accurate. And you find that answer whenever you use a computer. So you can just try it as an experiment. Go on to Google or whatever search engine, whatever, and just take any number, doesn't matter what it is, and divide it by zero. What will happen is the computer itself will answer the question. So whenever you pose a mathematical question, you are asking the question. So what is 10 divided by 0 is the question that you're asking. And the computer is going to answer. It's going to say undefined. Now, when something is undefined, it doesn't mean that it does not exist. It just means that it is in a state, or we could call it a superposition of an indeterminate position. And zero can be applied to anything that you can measure, calculate, detect, or just simply observe, because really what is occurring when you observe zero is you are knowing nothing. Okay? Now, we are dealing with levels of certainty. We are aware of what we can define to the degree of certainty that we are comfortable with experiencing in that moment. If we are uncertain of what we are experiencing, we may become afraid. And that is perfectly human. It's understandable and reasonable. And it's not irrational. There's really no such thing as an irrational fear. Everything that you do is based upon your belief system. So if you wish to know anything, just pay attention, listen, and observe all of the information from a neutral standpoint. There and only then will you become aware that God loves you unconditionally. That is the soul, the space of unconditional love.